Thanks everyone, and thanks for coming out in less than desirable weather conditions. It seems like every time we do one of these rallies we get less than desirable weather conditions, but thank you all for being here. Certainly thank you to our members at Chalk River for making their way out here, but also thank you to our other members around the National Capital Region here in solidarity fighting for you. So my name is Debbie Davio. I'm president of the Professional Institute of the Public Service of Canada. We represent some 57,000 professionals across Canada, including 700 of the thousands of workers at Chalk River and a whole bunch more at our White Shell facility. It's great to see such a fantastic turnout today. Together, all of us from various unions whose members have joined us here in sending a loud and clear message to the government: give us back our pensions. Let us focus on doing what we do best, in serving Canadians. We don't have a lot of time today, so I'll get straight to the point. This today is about two things: fairness and security. It wasn't fair that highly skilled professionals were removed from their pension plan by the Harper government. And it wasn't fair that they didn't have a say or a vote on the issue. Instead, shame. Instead, they were pushed out of the plan without consultation. And for what? For short-term economic gain. What would be fair? A fair deal for Canada's nuclear workers means a return to the public service pension plan. It means that they can continue to contribute meaningfully to Canada's society by running these nuclear facilities. But it's not just about fairness, it's about security. The security of our country's nuclear facilities. The link between our pensions and the security of our country's nuclear facilities is obvious when you think about it. Simply stated, there's a very real threat that our professional employees will choose not to work for an employer that does not provide them with pension security. That's because good pensions help attract top talent to the public service even when salaries remain stagnant. Canada's nuclear workers undertake years of extensive training to safely run our nuclear facilities. If we can't attract top talent, we can't safely run reactors in remote locations. In a nutshell, understaffing of our nuclear facilities puts all Canadians at risk. So today, we're here to tell the Trudeau government that it needs to step in and fix its predecessor's incredible blunder. Don't wait until they're in a critical state. Prime Minister Trudeau, your government has the chance to reverse the bad decisions of the past. It's time to act. Passer à l'action. Make Minister Bryson and the Treasury Board re-examine the eligibility of CNL employees, Canada's nuclear workers, to participate in the public sector plan. It's the right thing to do. It's the smart thing to do. It's supported by our members at Chalk River and by over 2,000 colleagues in White Shell, Manitoba. And it's the only choice to make in defense of Canada's nuclear professionals and Canada's citizens. Thank you. Merci.